Okay, good late AM. All right, Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. As we look at the action this morning on TradeGATEHub, we're continuing what we brought about this morning. This morning's little 8:30 blurb, if you will. Okay, a lot going on in the room, a lot moving. Let's get right into individual trades. For those that missed the morning, let's keep a couple of things in mind here. Go back and watch the video. I don't want to keep repeating myself all the time. Sizable catalyst this week. I think almost 40% of the S&P reports. 6 of the stocks that report make up 25% of the S&P, as I pointed out. Let me make sure I'm sharing in TradeGATEHub this morning. Currently giving you the stocks I'm long. A lot of trading in the room. I apologize. I'm just going to be fast and furious here, if you will. That was the plan. Go back in this morning. Here we are. These 6 stocks make up 25% of the S&P and all report this week. All right. So I don't think it's necessarily indices picking. It's going to be more stock picking. What's in the room? I brought it up 19 times. RVSN. This was the one. All right. It wasn't even overextended at a new high right through 12. It's 16. I sold it at 13. Good trade, RVSN. Is it done yet? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it might be done. But there, SoFi, by the way, was a nice clean trade that reported earnings. SoFi gap and go and kept going, didn't pull back. And the Square, I saw basically opened up unchanged Square with the SoFi news. Square opened 65, a drift up right to 68.5. PayPal actually gapped down and went up. Affirm, same thing. They all basically opened unchanged. They weren't really sure yet. The SoFi numbers were good. They weren't really sure if they were going to buy them yet. Subsequently, they wind up buying it. REVB, a stock that's hot today, basically double. QS taking option volume. Nevada pulled back after the high. What are we trading? FCX, I'm in. I'm buying FCX in all morning. I'm buying it again. I like this stock. I like it to go through the flag, hopefully through the gap at 40. I'm in it. What other stocks that we trade? Riot, I'm in a little short right now. Bitcoin up I believe it's 42.5, 42,000. Mara, the other one, which is more shorted than that. You know what I mean? Mara is at least above the moving averages. Riot, which I am short, is below them. What am I positioned short? I'm short a little. I'm shorted from right here. Short 5,000 from 11.98. Big deal. You know what? It's almost like a stock that I'm bored with. But I think they might take a little profits at Bitcoin coming into the late afternoon. Late morning. Square, like I said, NVIDIA, the TTD. Tesla, there's the bounce. There it is. You know what? And they took Riven up way quickly. You know what? Even the other bounce, Riven, 1550 to 1615. That's a minute chart. Coach will yell at me. Here's a 6-minute chart. You know what happened? They popped Lucid from 267 to 340. You're waiting for a move like that. That's a big. I mean, you're buried in this thing since when? Basically the beginning of the year, and it gave you a little life, and then you're looking at breaking low. Boom, just in like an hour, it gives you a huge gain like that. Be aware. So let's look. We're looking at SoFi, Coin, of course, all the other stock. It's almost like the ancillary 7, all at highs again. Uber, DraftKings did it again. Then pulled back. What else? Other ones that I write down. ADM. Over the weekend, there was no disaster of accounting, or the old CEO didn't do something rash. That had a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Colgate, as we pointed out all day Friday, had great earnings, and it looked like the consumer cyclicals. Listen, going forward, as we look into earnings, as the VIX is up today, I wouldn't be surprised if these mega caps pull back and they squeeze some of the cyclicals, if you will. Well, pardon me. I just got to keep my eye on them. AAL, ADM, Path look great. Another one we're in, Path. How could you not like this chart on Path? Zillow. I wouldn't want to be short the Zillow. Looks like it's basing. Fastly, another one that was hot last week. We had a nice playing it, flagging. Watch Fastly. Okay. Another one we should keep an eye on. I'm not in it anymore. What else? Let's look at the option flow. It's bottom line. There's my main screen. And option flow is really prevalent. I want to go back to option flow in this, and this is what I was talking with my peers. Any option flow that I see right now, weeklies are irrelevant. It's probably positioning into these earnings, which I said for. The real play is you're gonna want to watch, and which I'm watching for is besides this, proverbial smash and grab, and I understand the stocks are showing relative strength, and that's great for trading. But after the earnings come and after stocks at least tip their hand with some sort of range, or settlement, if you will, then you want to see the sweepers coming after everything's cleared out. These weekly moves that I see, I don't really put much credence in. It's really positioning and short-term speculation. So you know what I mean? Let's see what happens afterwards. Until then, we'll just keep, trading prudently. Let's look what the wise guys are doing. It's a Monday morning and I'm yawning already. Carvana calls. Carvana bulge. D-Dog. SC cheap spec flow. SC. QS bullish. I pointed it out on TGH. Tesla coming down to some downward niners. So every time it comes with these downward niners, maybe it has a little bit of one more flush. It looks too easy, and it looks too rounded. Maybe it is rounded. Hold on, am I on the right chart, Tesla? You know what? It's all right. I get it. There's the chart on this. I get it. Company, you know what? I'd rather buy it at breaking 200. I'd rather buy it. I don't like it here. I get it. I get it. It wants the base. It's not for me at this point. Believe me, I got a thick skin. Tesla, more Tesla calls, but they're going on Feb, weeklies. I don't want it. I want them QS more bullish option flow more. QS option flow more. QS option flow May. They've been going out to Mays. I told you. Watch May. Okay. FCX pulling back. You rat. Nara still going. Okay. Bitcoin making moves. Carvana more. Let's look at the most active page. Okay. Let's look gainers last 15 minutes. Upstart. LC. ARQT. Most active on the day, not interested at this point. Most percentage gainers on the day, very interested. REVB, RVSN, first two stocks I brought up. And they're right here on the screen in the active my V section. RVSN, RVB, they're right next to each other too. They should be. Okay, most actives. I'm not in them, but I'm trading them. Actually, RVSN I was. SoFi brought it up. Keep an eye on. Lucid brought that up, already trading 150% of its volume, actually 120% of its volume. Actually, it's 150% of its volume. Keep an eye, well off the high, but keep an eye. It might be good for the other one. CLSK making moves, of course, with Bitcoin. Mara, of course, making moves with Bitcoin. Coin making a move with Coin. Plug, all right, I get it. These stocks up 7%, QS up 7%. So with QS, it's only trading 30% of its daily volume, if you will. So I wish it was trading a little bit more, but it's fine. It's heading in the right direction, probably with the dead cat bounce in Tesla at Rivet, making car batteries. Iowa, Affirm, brought them all up. Okay. So the bottom line is look at my page. The page of percentage gainers it goes as far as stocks up 7%. That's pretty bullish. So look, it's percent losers on the day. They go down as 4%, as much as down 4%. So there's more percentage gainers than losers. But on the downside, all right, Bullfrog, high flower, CRBP was the hottest stock on Friday, pulled back. We get it. Anything sexy? GCT was a high floater, traded very well on Friday. GCT, that's number one on IBD if Gerard is listening. Where are we going to buy this thing? We probably need some sort of secondary. Got my eye on it. GCT, active. What else? iRobot announced a bad thing. Did not boil. PDD. What happened to PDD? Chinese best of breed. Now they were buying the other. China had its biggest inflows of the biggest inflows in some time. You should have seen this on TGH. If not, go back, please. I don't want to again be redundant, waste everybody else's time. Chart on Baba, get it. Chart on JD, I get it. As Alexis pointed out, surfs up. NetTease is acting the best. Baidu acting the worst, had news. I believe so. I haven't seen Baidu when I should have. I apologize. Usually it was acting the worst. Okay, so PDD. You got to keep your eye out. I mean, it's not the healthiest position to be in. It's I don't know, PDD. There's the pros on that one. And I got a couple of PDD pros. Okay. PDD range, bottom line, PDD, price action, range, and volume. Doesn't matter what it does, make widgets. Go to China, another one. So China's on the downside. Go to DWAC, BE got downgraded, VER got downgraded, EDU, China downgraded, Seedweb, opposite. YM and natural gas gave it all back. Okay, let's moving. Percentage gainers in less 15 minutes as long as I'm on here. How about percent losers? 15 minutes. Let's moving. SMCI into earnings tomorrow. SMMT rum. Target. What happened to Target today? Target pulled back to the 200-day, scare somebody out. Walmart, nothing. Dollar Tree. Costco is acting well, I believe. Costco, there it is. Lulu, retailers, flagging still. A lot of people want to buy that. Where's Nike? I heard some people buying that, not in it. Okay, go back to TGH. What they do? This is what I look at. Boom. When I go back to TGH, first thing I looked at, what options did I miss? Cliff bullish, Riven bullish, Tesla bullish, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, AMD, Google, red. And that's fine. That's what you want to see. And I actually said this morning, oh, red, huh? Okay. Google red, Microsoft still hanging at the highs, Riven, Tesla breaking high, FCX, QS. QS needs to break the 50-day. It needs to break the gap at 732. Believe me, I know it. I got a lot of it. Sim bouncing off that 50, that sexy stock, that robotic stock. Avago, NTNX. There was 1 day down. You had your chance to get out. 2 days down, and I did get out short. D-Dog. A lot of these things. And NVIDIA is up. AMD is down. SMCI. Intel down. Gave it all back. Pure short. I said Intel was actually a bigger problem than Intel was Intel's problem. And there was Intel. Once it broke Friday's low, wasn't a barn burner, 43. Actually, you know what? 43.30 to 42.80. Some people would say 60 cents on Intel is a good trade, but it's still at the low after earnings. Keep going. Sell CELH. Everybody was waiting to buy this thing. Sitting here was too good. Bear flag, 200 days, see if it reclaims. There's the gap. Sexy stock, FCX, coming all the way back down. Not all the way back down. Cold, Roku, Tesla, Ribbon. Where's Lucid? Did it bounce with the other ones? SoFi, RVSN, now giving it back. Johnny John, ALT, CYTK, I'm long some. CGON, I'm long some. This IPO that came out the other day, Stage 3 IPO, I'm in it. It's only traded for like 4 days. CGON 30, the high was 40. I'm in it. I think it breaks 40 again. DraftKings, Coin, Riot, I'm short it. You know what? Riot, there's the 15-minute chart. There's the daily on Riot. CLSK at the high. That's at the short-term 21 moving average. Do I want to short any Bitcoins? That's the problem. Do I really want to contra trade at this time in the morning? Riot, Mara, basically up there. Let's move it up. Medtronic, SoFi, REVB, giving it all back. High on the day was 25. You can never catch the top. SoFi's the one. SoFi's keeping the squares of the world and all up. There's proper rotation. CLSK, I don't trust. I might do it. But you know what? CLSK, I'm doing it, which is a bad example to set. CLSK on the weekly is 935 resistance. 935 resistance on CLSK is a little bit above the 20. You know what? I'll show it a little bit. You know what? 935. You know what? Bad example. better trades. That's why I do this, to set it, not be a hypocrite. Oh, this is why they went up. GM. Somebody told me they're buying GM aggressively. I'm not in it, but this was the news on the hybrids at least. Am I going overboard? No. GM dealers to GM. We want hybrids. Wall Street Journal. PayPal, Tesla highs, UNG near the lows, EV makers moving. That's why they're moving. I can see that. I even said it before the news. Rivian, Tesla, Rivian, it's arguable. We'll see if it has legs. You know, if it really had legs, I think they'd be squeezing loose it a little bit more. But that's a good move. QS. Nice. Fate. I see this thing going up. I have to tell a personal story, anecdote on Fate. On January 2nd of 2023, I think it was 30,000 Fate right here. If you look, right here. Second day, I'll never forget it. January 6th, there it is. Fate went from, it was breaking high, I came with this volume here. See this volume at the end of the year? It was a bio. I was playing the January effect bio situation, and I had a mark in it. Fate went, it was 992. Look right here on the right. And then I had it at like 1079. I had a good mark. I had like 38,000, 40,000 shares. And then it was the second trading day of the year. Stock's name is Fate. And it was 1096 it closed. Second trading day of the year. I came in and it was 4. So I took a $250,000 hit on the second day of the year as QS still keeps taking a lot of action. And you know what? I held it and I sold it and took a loss to like 6 or 7. It never got above there. Thank God I didn't hold it because it actually went down as this year to $1. And now it's 568, breaking high, blah, blah, blah. And I don't care. I don't care if I lost money on it. If I think the freaking thing's going back to 8, I'll buy it the same way. I don't get just a symbol. QS taking more calls right here. They're going into March, but they're going up with the rest of them. QS, we're in this nicely, by the way. Where's Riot? All right, where's CLSK? You know what? Short the 38 CLSK to set a bad example. 3,800 CLSK. Wayfair breaking lower. There's a short. Wayfair, what happened here? The shorts are all out. Wayfair. Amazon. Kohl's breaking down 2. GCT down 3. That's getting close to buy territory. SPY bullish. Any questions? We're rocking and rolling here now. I'm just talking to myself now if that's the case. Western Dig. IBM giving a little bit back. Watch the flag. Avago, MTNX, APP, Okta Software hanging in there. That's flagging. Okta Software. Another one, Docu. There was no deal this morning, so everybody said, no deal, I'm going to sell it. Docu, keep an eye on this one. Not in it, but I will be if it goes higher. CellH, Verizon still acting well after the earnings. QS, Fizzler bullish. They're turning around these solars. Mara, Riot, CLSK. I'm down in. They're killing me. No, I'm okay. 935 was the spot. I got impatient. Square. SoFi, let's watch here. SoFi should be right here with the other payment providers with AFRM, Upstart, PayPal, and Square. My robotic stocks, Sim, Path, IoT, some semis, software, 3M, LUV, QS. Nice move, QS. We have a lot of this too. Yeah, we do. That's the fun, baby. You know what? We'll help the family out. We'll buy a little bit more QS. Buy 2,000 more. Boom. We're in. Adobe, I have long in the fund. What should I be doing with Adobe? Are they going to rotate out of this for me? I got this long. I should be adding Adobe, a deer. Adobe. I should be. A real man adds to Adobe. And a real man will. I'll buy 200 more Adobe. It's nothing to shake a stick at. 100 is 6. Yeah. Buy 200 Adobe. Hold on. Boom, helping the family out at 625 strike price. What else do I have? I have funding, GLD. Not adding on that. Docu, SM, my favorite oil stock, SM. Uber. Look at Uber. All right, I'm going over. Mara calls. Fizzler calls. Oh, they're selling the T-bills now. We got action. It's a bond auction. All right, I'll go into TGH for a second with CLSK. Be even more hypocritical. 80,000 hypocritical. How much is that? 800,000 SPY. We'll hold off on that one. SoFi, ATM. I gotta wait till that. I gotta wait till the discipline. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I just feel a Bitcoin pullback coming. Breaking high. Silver breaking high. FCX should be breaking high. What am I in this thing for? Settings, position info and FCX. We got 8,800 FCX from 39.42. That's the weekly. And you know what? I'm telling you, I got a freaking feeling on this thing. Any questions, Lewis? Ask me something. Here we go. I roll good. You should be all good. There's myself looking at myself, What you should be doing right now is getting a picture on GLD and any type of commodity or any, macro view in the market, because right now I'm kind of zoned in on price action. I understand that it's a busy week with the Fed on Wednesday and a lot of numbers. But, until like after lunch, I start scaling out of my positions that I had a couple of days ago or even this morning that I either want to adjust to, add to, or vice versa, and then start maybe positioning a little bit forward. But go to the red YouTube icon. Coach gave already 81 views. You could see the video that I did early in the morning on my watch list. Go over and watch that, please, again. I don't want to keep being redundant because it kind of takes away the rest of the active trader. So have a plan. Cheers. In TGH, we have earnings coming out, the whole week of economic calendar, catalyst lists. Really, basically, everything you need to formulate your own plan. We're just in the room, just trading, different styles. Like you said, you got to come up with your style. But the last thing you're going to be worried about in TradeGATEHub is a lack of things to do, a lack of financial instruments that are moving, or even opinions to give you an edge. So thank you for tuning in. I'm here. We're going to be here. I'm watching Coach's video. After that, I'm going to write down my list of stocks with good price action, good range, and volume. And then I'll go from there, whittle down with option flow. Hopefully it'll go with the trend, and we'll come up with goods, and we'll turn up with some good ideas going